Hello and welcome back to another game of Dota 2. We have DK and Mouz here, ready to face up against each other. It's officially their last game. I say officially because, I mean, tiebreakers could still force them to play more games. So we're going to be depending on this match as well as on all the other games that are going on for Group A at the moment. So time will tell. For now though, DK, they just won one game up against Mouz. Mouz, of course, looking to more annoy DK rather than making something happen for themselves, because they are already not going through to the winners bracket, but will be starting in the loser bracket for the playoffs. But DK, they could really use this win. It could get them a second place in the group stage, and that's going to be something that's very favorable for, or should be very favorable for them. But we'll see how they do and what kind of change Mouz brings to their team right now. And of course, with me is Beatis, my co-caster for the event. Beatis, welcome back.
Yep. So this game, DK had the choice, and they chose to have first pick. And Mouz, again, just like yesterday, they chose Radiant. They're the only team that I know of that will choose Radiant. That's just because of the jungle, I have to assume.
Well, we have casted Mouz now. This is our fourth game that we cast Mouz, and we know that they like to have just, you know, outfarm their opponent. So getting the best jungle would fit in that profile. However, I mean, they're not really doing all too well, so you might think, you know, shouldn't they be trying a new thing, or are they a one-trick pony?
Well, the only like slight adjustment in their playstyle is if Koikwa's dual carrying with Black, or if Black is solo carrying. Running the Bat Rider did not work for them. They banned it out this time. They didn't want to give it over to DK. They did leave Alchemist for DK to first pick. Two heroes that are left in the pool are OD, as well as Visage. That wouldn't be too surprised if those got picked up. There's already a Visage. It's gonna be for pause. See if Mouz goes for OD or not. Alchemist is a hero that Eastern teams run as a hard carry. They also run as a solo mid hero. And Mouz chose to go with a Furion to pair with a Visage instead of going for the OD, and I like that. I don't think OD really fits their playstyle that well. And Furion is a hero that Koikwa excels at, and getting more split push in their lineup and getting a second carry as well is something that I think will benefit them greatly.
Yeah, DK already having two cores selected though, two carries as well, and two that can be very annoying early game. I won't say very aggressive.
Anti-mage ban. Anti-mage ban incoming. Yeah. Sorry, had to cut you off there before it happened, so it sounds smart.
Okay, but Alchemist, one of those carries that can be fairly aggressive early on. If he gets a decent start, he'll get a Shadow Blade, and he'll just start killing people. Weaver will split push you. Of course, that's something that Nature's Prophet will try as well, but he has a bit higher ramp-up time before he's actually able to do that very effectively. And indeed, big surprise. Woo, anti-mage ban.
Not only the Shadow Blade, but Alchemists, when they're solo mid, can go for items like Medallion. They can go for items like Mech to help out their team fight if they feel it's necessary. You can go for these team fight oriented items instead of just going for carry items, which is really nice because Alchemist really is a versatile hero. He's not a one-trick pony.
He is definitely not. We're going to be having the Nyx Assassin banned out. We still have a Treant Protector in the pool. I'm not really expecting... Well, actually, DK has played Treant Protector fairly often with RTK playing the Weaver and then just have MMY on that tree. The Living Armor RTK. I would like to see that, but I don't think we will see that. But it also depends on if, of course, Mouz is going to ban out the tree again, because they did that in the previous game.
Yes, they did. And it was Weaver being picked up in the first phase then as well.
Now we're waiting for DK to ban out the hero. We still have that OD in the pool. The first pick is going to go to Mouz after this phase, so if DK doesn't want to have the OD in their game, then they have to go to ban it out. Unless they're not too worried. I mean, as you said, OD is not really a hero that Mouz play very often. We've seen it on Black before as a carry role. We haven't seen it on Fada that often.
I think maybe like once or twice until it's not their playstyle. I like the puck ban as well. Wow, Mouz, they did go for the OD. That could be a Black OD, could be Fata. We don't know yet because there's still two heroes to be picked.
Well, let's see what DK wants to go for. I mean, now they know that they're up against an OD. They could assume it's going to be a solo mid OD and therefore pick up the Razor, because Razor is still in the pool. And actually, even if they are later on in the draft realizing that OD is going to be played as a carry. It's not too bad because that Razor can still be rotating, and then Alchemist can be mid, for example. As you said, it is an option, and it has been done before. Oh, you've even seen Weaver's mid.
Yep. And DK can also rotate into a support Alchemist too. That's another role that hero can play.
They're taking their time, though, taking into their bonus time. Using it all. Well, not using it all. They're actually using less time so far than Mousesports has. They will beat Mousesports in that regard in just a moment. And that's a Razor, so no real surprise there.
I think, like you were saying, I think that's going to trigger Mouz into not putting Fata on that mid. They'll get a different mid hero and go with Black playing in the tri lane. Or maybe Black play another carry up against Razor that's better against him than an OD. Because, as we saw yesterday, Razor will just take a massive dump on OD and not let him get any farm at all. And OD is one of those heroes that has to shut down his lane opponent in order to be effective.
5 seconds remaining.
Mousesports.
Another thing to note with DK's lineup, they've got a lot of minus armor coming out already.
They do.
Weaver's Swarm, Razor's Ultimate, Alchemist's Acid Spray. Lots of physical damage, lots of minus armor.
Get ourselves a fast medallion and in come the hunt. It'll work out. I would like to see that medallion up on Alchemist, but again, I've said that before this event.
The Weaver can also go for medallion.
Yeah.
It's not unheard of.
Very true. Depending on who's playing it. There goes a Bane, picked up for Mousesports. It's going to be one of their solo supports, solo target supports, I should say. Still not revealing what they're going to be doing with their last pick, so it's up to DK to kind of guess what they are going to be doing, of course, in regards of their ban, their last ban.
Darkseer, good pickup. Darkseer plus Alchemist Stun is a strong combo.
Yep. Very strong.
One thing I will say about Visage and Bane is that's a really strong support duo to secure a lane for a carry. It's hard to play aggressively against those two heroes. All the way from level 1 until even when they're higher levels. That's a really, really powerful duo.
Not a very... Well, they could actually roam okay-ish. Especially when Nature's Prophet able to be there as well if he gets a bit of higher level.
Yeah, the roam is not strong, it's more so having Sleep available, having Enfeeble available. Also Visage with high nuke damage and Grave Chill. It's just so much offensive capabilities and defensive capabilities coming out from that duo that just makes it really scary. Plus, both have good attack animations and good attack damage. Plus, Visage with Grave Chill is bonus attack speed, so it attacks really quick while making it so you can't even attack.
10 seconds remaining.
Overall, that duo is strong and one of my favorite duos personally.
Shadow Demon removed by Mousesports. Of course, Disruption would set up for nice Alchemist Stun. And just overall a strong, safe support for DK, who are drafting pretty greedily. I mean, they have a Darkseer that's probably going to go into the jungle, and they have 3 cores, so 4 heroes that really want their levels and farm.
It could be support Alchemist, just saying again.
Yeah, but I have not seen DK do it though yet. Have we?
We only saw... This is the second time we've seen DK. But it's...
Third.
It's a thing that... Third? Really?
Yeah, we've seen him twice on Monday.
All these games blend together. So, okay. DK hasn't done it, but it's a situational way to run Alchemist. And Alchemist is here that's been banned so often against the Eastern teams that, you know, you don't even get to see that situation many times because he's not available.
Yep. 1 second. Close.
Potom coming out. That could be a Potom mid in a safe lane OD.
Yeah.
That would not surprise me at all. Potom, of course, has Leap. Static Link not going to be too effective. Leap does have a slightly longer cooldown than Static Leap. Or Static Link, rather. But even still, Potom is a hero that you're not going to drain too much damage from. Whereas OD, it's so easy for Razor to drain a lot of damage.
I know that Black likes to play Mirana. I'm not sure if he will though, because I'm thinking actually, like you said, Mirana probably mid to dodge the Razor and steal Black on the OD. But we'll see what's gonna be up with that one. Will be interesting to see Black on a Mirana. It's been a long while apart from.
Plus they have that fabled Sleep Arrow combination
Yes.
in their team.
They do.
Very good combo.
You know what would be fun, which is probably not gonna happen?
a missed arrow off of his sleep? Because that is always fun for everyone.
Yeah, no, I mean like just having like it's very far-fetched, you know. Visage solo mid, OD safe lane farming solo, Nature's Prophet off lane, Bane and Miranda on the hunt. Go roam, go kill.
You're drunk. That is not happening.
Drunk on lack of sleep, drunk on too much Dota. Can happen.
Drunk on Dota, yes.
Would be my my ideal match, but I mean, like I said, it's a very far-fetched. DK, they are taking their time to think about their last pickup. They still need a support most likely. We still have a Rubik in the pool though, if they want to use that one for a safe support, but they go for another safe support.
Hey,
the Jikiro.
I like it.
I could have told that you liked it like before you said it, I think.
Yeah. I love the THD plus Darkseer combo. It is so powerful throughout the game. I love THD as a hero. I think he's really underrated still because he doesn't get picked up as often as I think he should. That hero's just a monster in team fights. But, you know, with heroes like Visage available that are definitely better, he's just not seen as much.
Yep.
Plus with the resurgence of heroes like Sand King and Earthshaker, he's just really fallen off. Because those heroes are also monsters in team fights.
Well, let's see who is playing what. I'll introduce DK this time. Burning will play again on the Weaver. And that will leave MMY to play the support Alchemist. I stand corrected. He will be playing it as support, so he'll be on a safe trial lane. Should be on a safe trial lane. RTK will be probably rotating into the bottom lane / jungle. Will be playing the Darkseer. Jakiro, played by QQQ, will be going on a trial lane. And in the mid lane it will be Super. He already got himself some extra regen from QQQ and he picked up Boots first, which will help him of course a lot with keeping that static link on. And it looks like he will be up against an OD.
30 seconds to battle.
What the hell is Mouz doing? Why did they have Fata mid on OD? I do not get this decision at all. I thought with Black getting the bottom, or well, I should say Black, Mouz getting the bottom, that like bottom's a hero that doesn't have the best auto attack damage, but neither does Razor unless Razor has static link damage, and just having that escape to get away from static link, bottom would be able to do perfectly fine against Razor mid.
The battle begins.
And meanwhile, they could free farm the OD. Doing it this way, OD is gonna have no farm, and it's confusing to me. I feel this is just a far inferior lane setup for Mouz.
You want to introduce Mouse Sports still, by the way?
Sure.
Yeah.
We got Cinderin playing the Snail, aka Bane. OD picked up by Fata middle lane, as already discussed. Quakewa is going to be playing the super pooled. He's got 3 clarities from his teammates. Nature's Prophet. He's trying to profit in the jungle and get towards his Midas. Pos, as expected, going to be playing this Visage. And Pawn was going to be picked up by Black. Black started with only Tangos, didn't get any of the Saturns, because he really wants to rush out a Midas himself. So Mouz once again looking to farm.
No surprise there. Mid lane is like this is a situation where you've got 2 lanes, of course, free farm. You got a free farm Weaver, you got a free farm Miranda. So Hand of Midas fast up for Black is very important, so he can get ahead of that Weaver. But next to that, this mid lane, because this is the only lane that the teams actually have an effect on their opponent team, is an important lane. And then having a Razor up against an OD, which is already, you know, from the get-go a lane that Super should be winning. Or that Fat actually should not be winning. It's indeed a choice, and it's also got to be putting Mouz a little bit back on the bright side for them. I mean, they've got their Nature's Prophet farming as well, and he should, in theory, be getting his Hand of Midas up very fast, and therefore getting ahead of the Darkseer that is, for now, farming faster than Quakefa in that jungle.
So I can't wrap my head around this decision from Mouz for the lane setup. Because if Black's playing the OD on the safe lane, he can still do the same thing with rushing towards the Midas. He could still get super farmed on a hero. They would get more out of middle lane than what they're gonna get with this.
DK, they know that they need to have an early advantage if they want to try and keep up with Mouz. With those 2 heroes that go for Hand of Midas, and they go for tower. Early tower, they are forcing Cinderin to actually be there, as Super actually drains a ton of damage here up on Fada, but Fada is able to run away in the end.
And that's gonna be two complete
Oh.
creep waves that Fada's not gonna
In
get
comes
any
Cinnamon.
CS
There will
from.
be Nightmare, maybe, and Feeble
Yeah,
first.
Fada does 0 damage.
For a little while longer. They can wait the Nightmare out
Radiant's middle
for a little
tower
while.
is under attack.
There goes the Nest for Imprisonment. He will have his damage back from when he comes back. Static Link is still going to be there for the second time though. The block is there. The right click damage is it going to be enough as a question. It doesn't look to be the case. One more it needed 15 HP. But Weaver being there, make sure that Mouse Sports do not want to chase that. But oh, so close.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah,
is
really
under
aggressive
attack.
play from Super, but the boots letting him survive.
Yeah, we have a,
Boots and the point is unstable current.
yeah,
Actually,
that helps out. And of course, Fada
There he
couldn't
is.
chase more because he had that Static Link up.
just gets another static link, another 28 damage. Only dreading that little is gonna give Lafata to at least contest for CS.
Yeah. Oh well. We are gonna be having, of course, Black sitting still free from me. He doesn't have the tower, of course, down, which is something that DK did get. 21 last hits for 5 compared to the Weaver sitting on 19 to 1. Weaver did get the last hit on the tower though, so extra gold for burning coming his way.
Yep, and Midas flying out towards Black, the recipe at least. He's gonna pick up the glove at the side shop. Which is a smart thing to do. That allows you to get Midas even faster. And 4 minutes in, already Midas up on Black.
That's gonna be good. Koikfa, also the Midas carrier. I mean, this is Mousesports just going hard on it to just, you know, get ahead and farm. Again, I mean, we've seen them trying to do that every game.
Every
Fair
game
enough.
that they play.
This
yeah.
is a different way of doing it though. Getting 2 Hand of Midas up this quick will help out a ton already.
I'm glad that Mouz went into the Fury on this game. Like I said in the little pre-game chat that we had, I'd like to see them with Koikwa on Furion or the Spirit or the Lone Druid rather, playing the Bear, because that'll give Mouz a higher chance of success in my opinion. After seeing how horribly they failed in the first game.
They want to kill off Fada. In comes MMY with the stun getting charged up. Fada tries to run. Actually, MMY ends up stunning himself. In comes Fada. Has to be careful still though, because there's still an ice path. MMY backs off after laying down the acid spray, but no kill here in this middle lane. DK not getting the grip on Fada. And in comes Cinnamon actually. Looks for a Nightmare, finds it. Up on Super, but they can't chase that. Even though there's no mana up on Super, they go for QQ instead. That would be nice. Maybe. That's where Prisman comes in. Pass, getting an ice path in the face. Back comes Super with that Static Link. Doing a lot of damage. Cinderin, he will be first blood. One more hit needed. Boom. Razor with the kill. And Fuzzy Wuzzy gets himself some items.
In a 2 versus 3, DK was able to get first blood. Good play
Yeah.
from QQ, getting the ice path down and then just running away. He had boots up, which allowed him to run away there. And Super again, he's just so aggressive here.
Yeah, and this time Burning is around there as well. Fada, he doesn't really have an escape. He tries to do as much damage to QQ as he can before he dies, but that's another kill for Super. And if he wasn't already winning the mid lane, which wasn't really that convincing in terms of last hits, so it was 15 to 10 for Fada, while Super was having a 16 to 11. But now with the 2 kills and one of them being first blood, Super definitely winning the mid lane.
Yep. No question about that anymore. One thing I will say about Black super fast Midas Rush is he doesn't have a Basilius, and with that, Mouz hasn't even attempted to get any damage at all onto this tower bottom, despite Darkseer just sitting in the jungle the entire time. Darkseer doesn't feel any pressure to even like be on high HP because he just knows there's no push that's going to be coming out from Mouz.
He is carrying a TP, just in case, but yeah, you're right. Where's this hand of Midas? Oh, I was gonna say, where's the hand of Midas, but I selected a different hero, so awkward. He is doing nice on the net worth. He is trying to keep up with the Weaver who's now been in a kill, who has that tower, so the fact that Black is still able to be on par is just purely because of that hand of Midas. Hand of Midas for Koikfa there as well. He also has ultimate, if need be, for extra farm.
Koikoi got his Midas at around 6.5 minutes this game. Yesterday he got a 6-minute Midas, but that was largely in part due to a very lucky regen rune that he was able to pick up. But still 6.5 minutes, very quick.
Oh, Super.
The bait.
Getting Nightmare. In comes Ice Path. Fada getting stunned up. Dual Breath. Fada not realizing there were so many supports around. Gets picked up. Super with his Eye of the Storm. There goes the Moonlight Shadow, keeping Synderen safe, but
Synderen is really lucky that Black got his ult already.
Yes.
Because Synderen had his sleep on super, but he stayed in static link range because he's like, I really want to help you, Fata. Wait, I can't do anything, but I really want to help you. So he stayed around for no reason and gave super a max damage drain. So he was completely dead without that Moonlight Shadow. No question about that.
And I mean, Black, considering he is on the safe flame farming, I mean, he himself doesn't really need it.
Yep,
and it's not uncommon for Marauders to just pass up on it until they realize they're going to be
ever since they made the change, the mana cost of it being 75 instead of 150, Panams have been skilling it more frequently at level 6.
Oh, and Storm Imprisonment. In comes MMY again, though. This time they show him
And he stuns himself again.
Yep. Arrow.
And he's dead.
That going to be an Ice Path that misses the mark. But an Alchemist dies. It's the first kill going the way of Mouse Sports, and it goes the way of Black. So his rotation to mid lane was hereby successful.
And while he rotated, Paz was able to work towards level 6 on bottom, getting some good solo experience for himself. He did single pull instead of pulling through, so there's going to be a double wave to push onto this tower. Now is when Darkseer might have to come over, and Darkseer has his mech completed. With no pressure being put on the tower, no rotation necessary from him.
Oh, Super is gonna die Fada. In comes a Nightmare though, that will help keep him safe. Arrow still hits. Super might be in trouble. He does have that extra damage, but he will end up getting dropped Fada, even with the damage drained. Apparently attacking him, you know, purely by the...
With the orb.
By the orb, but, I mean, he is actually healing people when he hits.
If only it worked like that, that would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. Exactly.
But that was a good lane ward that Mouse placed about a minute ago now, because there's been so much regression around this mid lane for both teams with this tri-lane dodge scenario that they needed that, and that allowed them to be in position with not only Black but also Synderen to get that counter kill onto super.
In the meantime,
and
Corey shows himself bottom lane.
Anytime you're able to shut down a Razor early game, it's huge because that hero needs to get towards a BKB. He absolutely needs it to be able to team fight. Yesterday we saw a Razor, I don't remember who played it, it didn't get a BKB and it was a complete non-factor. That's just what happened to the hero.
I'm gonna say it was MUFC or First Pro. Does that mean? I mean, we've seen only MUFC games and First Pro games yesterday. Ice Path is only defensive. Black. Moonlight Shadow used. They're gonna try to go for this. Stun still up on Synderen, but they it is not in range. As for Imprisonment, will keep him safe even for a little while longer. QQQ. Actually pretty low. Gets an Ice Path up on Black. Nicely done. A blind one, that is. Black still thinking about going in though. He might be in over his head. He still has a leap. Use it to get to the low ground. DK not able to get a kill in here. Might
Black got an arrow onto THD. Oh, pots down.
By Visage.
Black had a nice arrow onto QQQ, followed it up with a star, whatever it's called. Starstorm.
Yeah.
And the birds were there helping out with DPS too. But THD is a naturally tanky hero, so they weren't able to take him down.
And they were able to get a bird as well. In comes an arrow up on RTK though, but
nothing's gonna come to that.
They can't follow up on it, yeah.
And Fata is stuck down here.
He doesn't
See
have...
if DK tries to check for anyone down there. They might not. He might actually live down here.
Oh. Ice
Random
path.
ice path?
Yeah, just checking. Tower gets denied. Familiar MVP. The Familiar dies for it.
Yep.
But
and Fata's able to get away.
it.
They use the ice path to try and get vision onto the bird. Didn't get vision, weren't able to kill it before the tower got killed off, and it was a nice deny.
It was. Mousesports did not get anything in return for that push, so we have got 2 towers down instead of Mousesports. Luckily for Mousesports, one of them is a deny, but no towers down just yet on the side of... That's a missed arrow. On the side of DK themselves. And the Goldcraft going away of DK, not surprisingly. 3k and experience sitting on the 0 line. Of course, with the kills that Mousesports did, they got themselves back towards, well, towards higher, and then they lost a couple again, so that's how it goes. We're gonna see that jumping up and down a couple of times more before we have ourselves one stable team that is ahead.
Our TK was Darkseer again because there wasn't any push coming in. It was able to get good levels, good farm, and I expect DK to continue playing aggressive because they have a very farmed Darkseer right now. Meanwhile, Mouz has 3,800 gold of their items wrapped up into Midas still that haven't paid for themselves yet. So DK is a lot stronger right now.
Well, they're gonna use to, or try to make it work for them. They have everybody coming towards the middle lane. All 5 of them. A Storm Imprisonment, just harass.
Black picked up the invis. There's a sentry drop from DK, but Black isn't standing close enough to be revealed. He's gonna try to shoot an arrow from the low ground. But really, I don't think Mouz can fight this at all.
No.
They don't even have 6 up on Cinderin yet, 12 minutes in.
I mean, Super turns on his Eye of the Storm. He has got Dust with him as well, should they go for the Moonlight Shadow. Attempted deny from Black, doesn't get it. Tower goes down. And DK,
Smart.
well, they get their, I mean, I like this from DK. They get their objective, decide to not, you know, force the issue and just go back.
Yep.
Mousesports will get a tower though.
Bata's working towards that mech right now.
Oh.
It looks like he wants...
Cinderin is dead. Yep, that's gonna be a kill for the Darkseer. The tower still went down, so that's gonna be a nice one for Quickfire, but...
Losing Cinder, not the worst hero in the world to lose, but that's gonna further delay his level 6.
Yeah. It needs that Fiend's Grip.
Yes.
Need to be able to be aggressive. Well, DK, they've taken out all the outer towers for now. What is their next objective? Since it feels for me, from an observer point of view, that they are just, you know, having a plan in their head and just having objectives and just work towards that. Be that farming, be that tower A, B, C. What is their next objective?
They wanna get towers while not losing their own towers. There's split push coming out from Mouz on the top lane. Mouz has pretty good split push with Furion plus Potom. Well, anytime they have Furion, they get another hero that can split push. It's just their playstyle.
Nice
good
deny
from Super there.
And actually, they might be trying to go for more.
picked up already.
QQ looking for Black, but no, they go for Quickfire. Ice Pet there as well. Nice arrow, and that's actually Super down. Black with the Star Storm. It got changed. It's my bad.
That was looking really good for DK until Super got arrowed by Black. That was really just a nice play from Black. Quoquad, I don't think he knew for sure that there was a dust up on Super there, because he was playing really aggressive.
Yeah, he was. In comes Fada, by the way, goes for just a defensive, or is it gonna be? They're gonna go for it. Fiend's Grip there as well.
Hey, they got Fiend's Grip now.
Yep, that should be a kill, or should it? Actually, MMY, he lives still. Quickfire might be able to pick him up, but in the meantime, his team is already trying to take down the rest of Mousesports. Fada, he dies.
Wall, Alchemist done.
And that is.
See you later.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have been able to get that. If they would have been able to get MMY in the Fiend's Grip, if he would have been allowed to cast, that would have been a way better fight for Mousesports. But because of that stun into a vacuum, that was just an insane fight for DK, turning that around.
Darkseer plus AoE disable, very powerful combo.
Yep. Alchemist has got his medallion.
The mech is going to be complete for OD as well. He's going to disassemble his Tranquil Boots. Finish that one up.
Yep, there he goes.
That's good for Mouz. That will help them take team fights, but they still don't want to be team fighting. Like I said, Shadowblade already up on Quakequad's Nature's Prophet. He's going to be working towards a Hex now. He goes the same build pretty much every game. And he plays Furion. And DK, with all their minus armor, they've got Medallion up now. They're going to go take Roshan.
They can easily do this.
Not surprising.
Yeah. Mousesports not really having the best 5-on-5 fight combination now. I mean, they don't have their Sanity's Eclipse at the moment.
Nope, so, and they need more items as well.
Yeah, so they're not going to attempt to fight this. They wouldn't even be in time even if they did decide to fight that. Arrow is going to be missing though. I mean, that's going to be something that
Black threw the arrow just before Roche died. He knew what was happening. He was trying to throw the arrow to try to snipe the last hit on Roche.
And didn't get it.
Nope.
Too much minus armor. Black might be in some trouble though. Maybe forced to pop Moonlight Shadow. No, he's gonna be just able to run away. But DK with that Aegis now up.
That's gonna be them going for more towers.
Yep.
Interesting to see if they want to defend top. They already have QQQ up here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We have another TP.
There's really low mana on Furion as well.
In comes R2K, surge himself up. Want to go for Cinderin. Dual Breath there as well. In the meantime, in the middle lane, there's a fight as well. We're following Cinderin right now. Ice Path misses actually, and Cinderin.
He just TP. Why isn't he TPing?
No.
I guess he thinks somebody else is coming. But with that Ice Path missing, vacuum on cooldown, he could. Alright.
He's gonna wait for the Moonlight Shadow. There comes another missed Ice Path. They're going the right way. They have
They
a
do have
gem.
a
What
gem
am I?
up, yeah.
I was thinking like, why? In the meantime, middle lane, as said, there was a fight going on there as well. Super stuck inside a Sprout. Will end up going down. Nature's Prophet in the end with the last hit. It's a 2-for-1 exchange here in this middle lane. Koikfa might still go down if Burning has his way with him. As for Imprisonment will keep him safe though. Burning time lapses away. Still waiting for Koikfa. Now Shikushis, but decides to give up on it and just runs himself out of there. So that was the Razor dying, Alchemist dying. They died only for a Visage in the end.
Yep.
Nice fight for Mouse Sports. So they lose a life top,
Bottom tower is
but they
under
gain 2 middle. 2 kills.
2 for 2 trade in the end, but they did kill Super, which is important. They're shutting down Razor a lot this game. He only has 55 CS. He didn't get that dominant performance you expect out of a Razor mid versus OD. It's actually way behind in farm compared to this OD. In terms of just last hits. So OD also does have a bunch of deaths, and there are towers for DK, which is gonna even up their net worth. They're dead even in net worth even. And this Razor's just, he's not getting his BKB up fast enough this game. His Mouse is doing a good job of shutting him down. And DK as well is looking to group his 5 and push the heroes that are combating the split push from Mouse. Razor is one of them, so he's gonna be trailing in CS due to that.
QQ is going to be trying to play some more aggressive wards. I mean, he already has one up. It's almost disappearing. And he actually rotates mid. He is, I mean, never mind. We're going to first follow Fada. Burning trying to take him down. He comes in to try and help out. Nice familiar stuns. Fada, though. A lot of damage stolen.
Ooh.
Super's got 140
Barely
extra
outranked
attack
his
damage.
path.
The birds,
And
that's going to
birds.
be one down. The other one should be able to get himself out.
Wasted vacuum to kill those trees, trying to go after the birds. That's it seems small, but that's a very long cooldown. Several patches in a row, they just Valve kept increasing the cooldown.
Yeah. Oh, Burning TP's into an arrow, and will end up time-lapsing himself back towards the mid lane. Awesome.
Better than dying.
Better than dying.
Better than wasting the Aegis.
Better than
And it's
wasting
just
Aegis.
gonna, there's gonna be a deny attempt on this tower.
From the familiar, let's see. Nope, familiar dead. Tower down. They do trade a tower though. Teardrop still goes down, of course, as well. We have
That's
Mirana now
a
picking.
fresh set of familiars that's dead. 2 minutes on cooldown.
Yeah, Mirana picking up a diffusal blade.
More importantly for Mouse, that was an even trade on towers for them, and that's what they need to be doing right now. That's best case scenario is an even trade on towers or something in their favor. It's gonna be really rare that you're able to get a tower trade in your favor against a top Chinese team. So getting an even trade is really just the best thing they could hope for.
Yeah, arrow in the meantime on the top lane up on MMY. He'll die. Nicely done. Nicely shot arrow
And
from lane.
MMY getting caught off guard there. He wasn't expecting Mouse to be hanging around.
Yeah, Pass might be caught off guard as well though. Ice Path misses. Still on the run. Super mighty fast. Vacuum misses. In comes a TP. That's gonna be enough. He's safe. Fada realizing he should take a different path, so with the haste he'll be able to get himself out.
Interesting spell usage from ROTK primarily. Ice Path missing, yeah, that happens. It's pretty long cast time, not the hardest spell in the world to juke, but wasting Vacuum just lets them TP out. Instead, they could have just chased them down because they have a Weaver. They have phase drums on a Razor that also has 4 points.
RTK, Fiend's Grip, that's the gem going the way of Mousesports. Mousesports getting some good pickoffs here on this top lane. They've taken control of the jungle, placing a ward there as well, and DK just seems to not know their next objective, as said earlier, but
DK's falling apart right now.
They are.
They really are. They had a strong-ish early game. Super didn't perform too well. He was playing really cocky in middle lane, to be honest. And he paid for that a couple of times. And ever since then, DK got the lead. They got the tower advantage. But since then, Koikwa has been doing a good job of pushing. He's got a lot of farm on this Furion. Holy crap. He almost has a Hex already.
he's highest on net worth as well. He hasn't died yet a single time. Same thing goes for Black, by the way. Black has been involved in 7 kills. Koikfa has been involved in 6 kills. They have 8 kills in total, so that's pretty high involvement rates. So yeah, Mousesport's doing a good job at making their farm really work for them. We do have DK now thinking about going for something else. They have a smoke in MMY's inventory. They're just waiting for someone else to join them. Maybe Super wants to be involved there, but for now is waiting on the high ground.
Aegis is about to go away from Burning.
Yeah.
He's sad. But yeah, on the back of these mistakes from DK, Mouz Black and Mouz Koikwa are really carrying the team. I can't believe how farmed Koikwa is this game. This is unbelievable. 23 minutes into the game, he's gonna have, or if he's gonna let off his ult to farm maybe here. Yeah, there it goes. Alright, so 22.5 minutes in the game.
Wait a second, Paz getting stunned up. There was a smoke gang from DK. Moonlight Shadow won't save them. That's gonna be 1 kill only for that smoke though. Maybe they get the familiars as well actually. That's 1, that's 2. Yes, they do get the familiars. Pretty nice game. Sorry.
23 minutes. Midas, Phase, Shadowblade, Hex on Furion. That is ridiculous.
It is pretty decent. Yep, for sure. He's not highest on gold per minute though. That's still the Weaver. Surprisingly so. Weaver hasn't died yet either. He's been in 7 out of the 11 kills. He's got 4k gold and he just picked himself up a BKB, I think. Or what is it? No, it's a relic.
Relic, yeah. Burning likes his radiance. He likes to burn people. Go figure.
I wouldn't have mind seeing a BKB purely because that would be working nicely up against that OD, but relic will be pretty decent as well.
He's probably going to work into a heart after the radiance. That works as well. If you get a BKB too early in the game, one, that's double defensive item on burning, so he's not going to do too much damage. They do have a lot of modest armor for their team though, but like getting that radiance is smart. It's a lot of damage for his team.
And Black forced to leap away from the top lane. He's got 3200 gold. Looks like DK has found themselves a new target. It's not too surprising though. I mean, it's the last outer tower standing, last out of Mouse Sports. But the Koikwa's already in mid lane split pushing.
Koikwa is on the ball with a split push on Furion.
Yep.
One thing we haven't seen out of him is courier snipes. He just saw the courier fly through a ward, but his TP was on cooldown. Obviously because he came mid. I want to see if he goes for a snipe in a second here. DK responding to the split push mid, abandoning their push on top. See, does Koikwa take a risk and go for the courier snipe?
Did he see it?
No, he's not going to. He didn't see it either on the way back. This ward over here did catch on the way out when his TP was on cooldown though. So people like Bone7 would estimate the amount of time it's going to take to travel back and then snipe it off. Then go place a ward in your fountain and then go snipe it off again when it respawns. But Koikwa, he's focusing more on just getting split push instead of going for courier kills to get bonus gold for his team.
Yeah, Sinrin doesn't have a TP score and I think he's going to be very sad. They saw him. That's going to be one dead Bane. Maybe if he can deny himself. I don't think he can. Nope. Just showing himself.
Sinrin not having a good series.
Nope, not at all. Sinrin sitting on 5 deaths. I mean, normally 5 deaths, it is not nice for a support, obviously. But it's not, you know, the end of the world just yet. But I mean, in games that have so low kill counts as this one, or fairly low, I mean, we've seen lower this tournament. There's 12 kills for DK. Almost half of them are indeed up on Sinrin. 5 kills of the 12.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fada on this OD didn't go for a 4-staff, he didn't go for a BKB, instead he's working towards a Hex. It's a pretty bold move to not get a BKB this game, considering there's a Darkseer combo. And if he does have a BKB, he can actual a teammate that does get comboed and save them. Someone like Black, or even one of his supports, or Koikwa if he's out of position.
Koikwa just gave a deny away, from what it felt like to me. Just continued right-clicking, with maybe a slight pause, but Burning able to get the deny on the tier 2. We do have BKBs ready up on the Razor. We also have got the Jakiro. He just picked up a gem, I believe. So that's going to be helping out. Moonlight Shadow no longer a savior for Mouse Sports, as Black is on his way out of the enemy jungle.
RTK fed the last gem away, so this time they give it to Burning. And Burning's about to have his Radiance done.
Yeah.
Super having that BKB now is going to make DK's team fight a lot stronger. I've said it a couple of times. That hero just... he needs to be able to chase someone. If he's getting disabled or if he's just getting straight up killed, he's not getting the damage of the static link, so he can't really team fight effectively.
Manta style ready up on Black now. So we know that DK wants to try and secure themselves some buildings, but Mouseports is actually doing a good job coming back into this game. What is Mouseports' course of game for them right now? Their
First,
ideal way
I want to go over something funny
okay.
to me. 27 minutes into the game, ROTK ferries a clarity out to himself and he's bottle crowing. That's just funny. Anyway, Mousesport's course of action is to keep split pushing. Like, they want to force mistakes out of DK, get heroes isolated, and then use this Hex on Furion to exploit that.
Are they gonna attempt to defend the Roshan? Because this one is gonna drop real fast. So all that minus armor up in there. Mousesport is not gonna be able to do it. They're not gonna be in time even if they decide to try it.
Yep, there's also that Fresh Radiance. They already have Black split pushing on top. He's got a Manta complete to help with split push even more. Plus, it's not a bad item for team fighting.
There we go, split pushing for Black. Arrow hits up on Burning. I'm not sure if he can do it. He might be able to do this. Nope. Not gonna try. No Starstorm. You think he could have done that?
Would have been close. It was already close, but he didn't even force out the time lapse from Burning. Burning's like, I do not want to go back to the Roche Pit or that area. I want to just go to the fountain and heal up instead. The gem was given away by Burning. Now it's on Super. So you need to slot for TP scrolls.
Fair enough. Super, who has not used his BKB just yet. Still stands 10 seconds on that one. We have OD closing in on his Hex on his side device. That would mean that Mousesport would have 2 of those.
Yep, ROTK is about to, or just finished his as well. He's gonna go to the secret shop right now.
Nice. More piglets coming out this game. Yeah.
That's an important item for DK to be able to get pickoffs. I want to see if RTK decides to build into a Blink next, so he can get better initiations with Blink Hex and Blink Vacuum. He might just choose to go for something like a BKB and surge himself in BKB so it doesn't get disabled or Ashled or anything. Ashled or arrowed.
Or both.
Black on top lane, getting harassed down a bit. Burning's not going to commit though because there is a Furion with the Hex in the game.
Yeah, and they
Furion
might actually look to go for this if the arrow hits. Okay, in comes the Hex. That's gonna be a kill. Nicely done.
Aegis pop. They're gonna use the arrow to try to get him again.
Nicely
Good arrow from
timed.
Black.
Should be enough. There's no mana for Starstorm, but it doesn't matter. Killing spree for Quake. In the meantime, OD also goes down though, so it's a trade in the end. Went down in a big pool of assets.
That's worth it for Mouz. Even though OD is close to his Hex, they killed Burning and got rid of the Aegis. And it's just so huge. It's Burning not farming. That's so much extra or catch-up time for. Well, not even catch-up time. Blacks and Quake are already both ahead. They're just gonna get further ahead of this Weaver.
Yeah, I think they're having a good shot at this game, and that's gonna be a snipe.
Hey, he got the
Quite
courier
fun.
snipe. I don't.
Yeah, finally got it done. 3,700 gold in his inventory, by the way. He is filthy rich. He's got to find himself a couple of heroes. Oh, but they have a gem. They have a Hex. Qualify. He is going to lose the gem that he got from RTK to begin with. And it's going to be going the way of...
That's a big deal.
RTK. Very big deal. Agreed.
And that's just wrong place, wrong time for him. He assumed that DK was going to be trying to hunt for him with a gem around the secret shop area, looking to see if he was like low-tarsing out and then TPing away or something. Instead, they were just like, okay, our chicken died, whatever, that sucks, and they're farming. And he runs straight into them with the Lothars.
Yeah. Oh. QQQ finds himself Black. Or other way around. Ice Path is still gonna hit though. Black gets stunned up, and he is gonna be hexed and killed. No hope for him. That's gonna be Razor with a kill. Not just a kill, but a dominating streak going his way. So he's getting a fat paycheck for that one.
It's 2 important kills for DK, both off of mistakes from Mouz. And they're going to capitalize on this and take a free tier 2 tower now. Because Mouz isn't going to they don't even have a buyback available on Black. Black has a ultimate orb. Could be Lincoln's, could be Scotty.
I hope for Scotty.
Either way, it's not really a big damage item coming out for him. I would expect something like an MKB or a crit to come out, but instead he's going for something that offers him a little bit more stats and defense.
I think MKB will also be up on the Nature's Prophet first, so they'll have that at least once.
Yeah, he's always going to be saving for buyback though. Furion with buyback is always so useful.
Yeah, and he actually is it gonna
Furion
be
let off his ult already, but he lost vision on top lane, so his ult did no damage to these creeps or heroes, which is pretty wasted.
Tier 3 tower taking quite some harassment. There's no fortification anymore. And Mousesports, they do not have the best 5-on-5 fighting lineup. Unless they maybe land them in miraculously amazing arrow.
Burning on
He's gonna
Weaver's
be tough
working
without
with
a Mirana.
BKB on for his next item. Which is why I don't like getting BKB as your second item. Getting it as your third after you already have a damage item is a lot better. You're getting it later into the game, so in the important team fights that could decide the game, you'll have a longer duration BKB up. And DK is setting up a bait on top. They're waiting for Koikwa to come up and farm in their woods, so they're just sticking together while they're farming. So they're able to pick him off if he does come up here. Because Mouz, both Black and Koikwa have spent a lot of time farming top lane in Dire's jungle.
What's Koikva gonna get? He's got 4,200 gold.
So, Dire's courier is about to respawn.
Yes.
Does Koikwa TP into the base to go for this? And he's not doing it. Okay.
Nope.
So Mouz either doesn't take the time or they don't want to take the risk. One or the other. Aghanim's completed up for Super. There's also Shadow Emblem flying on the chicken for MMY. Spimping a support alchemist, he has a Lothar's up. Because he's gotten some farm. That's good for him.
Yep.
Anyway, what Koikwa is going for is one of two. So they're getting a crit or an MKB. Seeing that it's an Aghanim's that was the choice for Razor, and seeing that Weaver's going for BKB, it might be a crit instead of MKB.
Fair enough, he can about buy it soon though, but maybe he wants to also have a buyback just in case for later on.
Yep.
Though he would be able to farm that buyback very fast again. Towers are one tower in favor
which item
of
he
DK.
goes for, he's got reliable gold, so he has the buyback. So it's kind of a mistake for him to not go for something. Unless he's thinking maybe for Rapier. Just throwing that out there. I doubt it because it's so important.
Yeah, I doubt it. Not without a BKB or Aegis or something defensive. I mean, Scythify is not really that defensive, and Shadowblade can't help you.
And Burning saw Black, but isn't going to go for him. And all of Mouz is just backing out. They realize that they're in over their heads over here. OD finished up his Hex. He's working towards the BKB next. He is not saving up for buyback at all.
Nope, Vada. All in. Just do it or die. First stuff up on the Visage now as well. Getting some more maybe defensive items. Should DK try to go high ground. First off, almost up on QQQ. Burning got 3k gold already. He has got enough gold if he really wants to have a BKB still. I mean, he has that Ogre Club. What are you expecting him to go for with that? Or maybe he still wants to go for something like Heaven's Howard or something, or a Sanj.
No, it's going to be a BKB. He's just trying to make sure he has buyback available as well. He doesn't want to take the risk of buying out and then, like, you know, just dying.
Okay. DK leaving a Radiant jungle again. In the meantime, Mouseport still heavily up in Dire's jungle. They might be looking for a fight here. It is going to be soon time for Roshan, and when I say soon, I do mean 2.5 minutes, but it might create an edge here. Arrow, blind, misses. But does make
scout out.
Yeah, does make sure that Mousesports also realize that something's up, and DK as well, so everybody backs out while DK just tries to clean out their jungle. Actually, Black is just running. MMY is gonna stun himself though, so...
He definitely is.
Oh well.
He has stunned himself a lot this game.
Still a leap boost for Black. RTK with that blink dagger, able to be scary and jump in.
And Burning on Weaver was close enough to having buyback gold, but he did finish up his BKB. He will have buyback available to him if he continues farming here before Roshan spawns.
Can Mousesports allow DK to get the Aegis? Or do they need to contest it?
This is the third one. This is Aegis and Cheese.
Exactly.
And Mouz have their items up. The only thing that they might want more is having BKB on Fada, but he's so far away from that it's not really realistic. They do have buyback available for Koikwa. They will have buyback available on Black unless he buys up his item here, which I doubt he will. He wants to have that buyback for the Roche fight. Koikwa's still just, he's not buying an item.
And what I was gonna say is like, you know, happy rich guy.
Yeah, it'd be really nice for him to have the item complete before Roshan.
Exactly.
So.
And that's gonna be in 40 seconds or so.
Yeah, and Quicker doing the smart thing, forced a reaction from DK bottom. Now he goes straight up to top, and top lane is the best lane to push because it's furthest away from Roche. That could create a potential numbers advantage for DK or for Mouz rather, in either top lane for a gank or bottom or at the Roche pit if DK has to respond to this top push. DK is looking for a kill of their own. The Radiant jungle doesn't find anything. They're gonna rotate to Roche very soon here. So they do kill it very quickly with all this minus armor.
But at this point, even if they kill that quickly, Mousesports is already looking to knock on the door of the tier 3 tower for DK.
And DK doesn't want to
They can't risk
take
that.
risks. They're getting back right now.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's
TP's
top
all around, fortification gets forced out. Blink forward, RTK goes for it, gets hexed up though. Fada in an ice bath, forced out into safety. Is it gonna be enough? Doesn't look like it, puts himself under for a little while. In the meantime, Super finds Koifa. That's gonna be Koifa dead and sad, and he didn't buy up any items with all his gold that he had. Fada will get dropped as well, only one Jakiro going down on the side of DK. 3 dead on the side of Mousesports, and once again, Koifa still with that push, which is probably, you know, you calculate for that Roshan. Again, he did not spend his gold.
And Fata got a nice hit in his Eclipse off, it just didn't do damage. Drain mana from the Darkseer, drain mana from Burning, but did not get damage out with it.
Now the question is, will Mousesports buy back? I don't think they will, but Burning is still looking to harass the tier 3. But he's by himself, and Black is also trying to force out some rotations, and actually he's successful at that. RTK blinks forward, it's gonna be too late though, TP out is already happening. Burning, just happily taking out half the damage, half the HP of the tier 3 tower.
Oh yeah, more than that. There's a siege creep there that they have to kill off too.
Yeah. And
I'm surprised that DK didn't go towards Roche faster after winning that fight. Because now Mouz didn't have to buy back, or didn't use any buybacks rather. And they're up in time to potentially contest this. They probably won't they won't without Sanity's Eclipse, but they're in a better position. Like, I don't know, I guess they could have.
Let's see what Koikfaka is gonna buy when he gets back up. BKB.
Alright.
Straight
So
off the
he's
bat.
gonna use that Demon Edge for his next item after this.
fallen to the dark.
He didn't need a BKB though.
Did or
With the
didn't?
Hex coming out, he did. He definitely
he
did. With the Hex coming out on ROTK and all of the team fight combo with Darkseer for DK, you need those BKBs up.
I mean, at the moment, he is one of the hardest hitting heroes on the side of Mousesports. You then can't hit because you're hexed or ice pathed or whatever. Not gonna help.
I mean, look at Burning. He's got 5.5k gold. He's farming away as well.
Only died once, has been in 10 out of the 18 kills. Pretty decent. Nice amount of last hits as well. He's the highest up on net worth for his team. No surprise there. And DK now with an Aegis. Are they gonna be trying to go
cheese.
high ground? Yeah, and cheese, because I mean, I'm expecting them to push the lanes out and then try to find a 5-man fight. Go high ground, see how far they can get. But for now, it
Looking
looks
around
like
at
just
that.
farming.
Yep. Black with the gold that he had saved up did buy a BKB. He did not use that ultimate orb to upgrade into Scotty or Lincolns yet. Or even potentially Hex. So it's probably going to be where his next item's coming out. Koikwa using his Lothars to try and scout for a pickoff with his Hex, but wasn't able to find anything.
Nope. And even if he was, I mean, he has to be very careful because there's 4 heroes around the mid lane, and DK is just sticking together for a lot. I mean, I say sticking together, I know that Burning is not in there, but Burning can afford to not to be there because he's got an Lincolns and a time lapse, and he's got an Aegis, so he's pretty safe.
And a BKB.
And a BK. He does have
Yeah,
a BKB. 10
see if
seconds,
he goes
9
for-
seconds even.
I want to see if he goes for Manta this game again. Or if he goes for a bigger item like Butterfly or Heart. Said TP Scroll. Just move on. He's going to buy his next item soon though. BKB used by Koikwa.
Why?
Did
he say do the same thing again?
Yeah, he
Yesterday?
switched up the positioning of his
Yeah.
Midas and his BKB, and he uses BKB instead of Midasing.
He did the exact same thing yesterday, although yesterday was with face boots and a BKB. We called that out yesterday, and I think it was Koifa, wasn't it? Because we said that's something that you do only once, and then you know it, and then you never do it ever again. Ever.
That is a wasted 10-second BKB though.
That's
Not
such a
good for
waste.
him.
Not good at all.
But it's gonna be off cooldown before this fight, it looks like. DK is searching around, but they aren't finding anything. Since DK has so many heroes off the map right now, because they're smoked up, and they didn't run through wards anyway, I don't think. Mouz has to be playing really careful right now.
Oh, look at this
MKB
timing.
finished. Butterfly finished.
Yeah.
There's also Butterfly being worked on by Super, so MKB definitely the right choice here instead of Crit.
I like it. Still enough money for Weaver to buy back, I believe. Actually, no, well, close. He'll have it by the time the next fight happens. I mean, he's gonna stay
BKB
alive
up
long
bottom
enough.
now. That's a really big. That's 3 BKBs up for Mouz now, which is huge to shut down this team fight combo from DK. But ROTK still has Blink Hex to initiate on one of the BKB heroes, and they can follow it up with vacuum and stuns and such.
Arrow getting up on Super. In comes RTK with the Dark Sea Wall and a nice vacuum pass. Already dead. Super getting picked up on the sidelines by Quickfire. As for Imprisonment, will keep QQQ out of the fight while they kill off RTK. That's gonna be 3 dead now for DK. Triple kill even for Quickfire. Everybody there. Arrow flies, looking for Burning. It's gonna find it! Oh my god, that arrow! Brilliantly done. In comes Black with the leap, and that is gonna be an Aegis burned. Can they kill him off again is the question. They have that as for Imprisonment. They have got the birds. They don't have extra disable though, and no detection. That's gonna be painful. But that was a brilliant arrow.
Is under attack.
It was. Burning did a good job of that fight of hunting supports and killing them off at the start of the fight, but they didn't have Alchemist with them. He just TP'd out as Super got arrowed, and DK was forced to fight because they don't want to just let Super die for no reason. The Butterfly was also on the chicken instead of in Burning's inventory there.
Oh,
So that hurts him a bit.
it was. Quickfire showed off his
either
new toys though. Got a triple
Yep.
kill.
Good team fight from Mouz. Those BKBs paying off big time.
Yeah. Well, we have a gem on the floor. Nobody cares about it. It was a gem from DK, of course. I don't think Mousesports... Actually, they do it. Plus has a gem again. Is it his own? Yes. And the gem now picked up by Cinnamon. So that's 2 gems now up on the side of Mousesports. None on the side of DK.
Yep.
And it was DK that initiated that fight, or at least kind of was threatening Mouz with the fight. Mouz came back, and with this fight...
Mouz initiated that fight with an arrow.
Yeah, but I mean, it was on the side of Mousesport's map. DK were
Yeah.
the one to try and force something out there, and they got it. But with that done, DK is gonna probably think twice before they try to go again. They are normally a very composed team, and they will only go when they think they know that they can win the team fight. But right now, Mousesport's showing their strength, and that's gonna be putting DK in a bit more farm-heavy position until they can pick some heroes off.
If you look at what DK's doing, they've been letting Alchemist get a lot of farm. Now that he's got 4 points in Greevil's Greed, he's got a BKB up now, and he's got another 2k on top of that. So they're transitioning him from a support into a semi-carry. And Alchemist is here that can catch up very quickly.
Yeah, Greevil's Greed. There for a reason. Level 17. I mean, the levels are starting to shape up nicely. We have got the experience graph going the way of Mousesports. 5k gold experience in their favor. But 5k at 45 minutes in is not really that much.
Yeah, that's a negligible
I mean,
difference.
look at the difference in gold. That's nothing. 1.2k gold.
If you look at
2.5.
towers down, there's just a 1 tower difference. But that tower is pretty low HP. The top tier 3, more importantly, is also very low. DK's gotten some good damage on the mid and top tier 3s for Mouz, but well, this game is just dead even right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's going to come into who makes the next mistake.
And who gets the next Roshan?
There's still a cheese up on Razor, which is nice, but if he gets 5-second arrow again and just dies, then it's not too useful. And wow, Daedalus being bought up by Koikwa. He just sold his Midas and got his last item, so he's got a full inventory now. I guess he could technically sell his boots off, but
Yeah, and he could technically sell a Shadow Blade actually. But that
Shadow
would...
Blade's still a useful item.
Yeah,
now.
it is very, especially for split pushing, and of course also for sniping the courier. If he is able to do that again, but yeah, he is looking pretty solid. Black starting to shape up as well. I mean, he still can go for this level 2 Diffusal Blade, and can also sell off his Midas still. He's got 4,900 gold, and it looks
You
like they
can
want to try
still
something.
use
In
that ult
comes...
orb too.
They know that Super is there. In comes Quakefa. Sprout up, Hex up. There's a lot of people of DK around
Arrows
though.
come.
In comes RTK with the Hex as well. BKB turned on by Super. BKB turned on by Quakefa, and it's a right-click battle. Nice Darkseer roll still there, and Quakefa is the one to drop. In comes the Eclipse. Fiend's Grip up on MMY. Holding position while his BKB is active, and he just gets taken down. Black burning him to death. And it is Fada, runs away very low on life. In comes an arrow. Hits a creep though. Super still alive in this with a lot of extra damage to his name. Burning on a killing spree. Quakefa, he bought back, is back here again on the way out. Did not try to snipe the courier because that would mean he would die. And he is still very much in danger of dying. Oh, or gets just a kill for Super. That's cool. That's a double kill. And that's a nice snipe. Nice Sprout up as well. Burning not done with Quakefa just yet. Quakefa Shadow Blades. Burning has picked up the gem though. Sprout up, TP out. Nicely done.
Yep. Overall, that team fight, the arrow for the Hex coming out from Black hit maybe a quarter of a second after the BKB was used by Super. Black was just a little bit, or took a little bit too long getting in front of the dire creep wave to be able to actually hit the arrow. And that BKB, then the cheese pop from Super, allowed him to survive for a very long time in that fight. Forced out the buyback from Quakewa, and that is huge. Overall, it was a 3-for-3 exchange. Burning wasn't even there at the start of that fight. He got there very late.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see if anyone else bought back aside from Quakewa, because that's the important thing right now.
No, only Quakewa.
And no, it was only him. So if DK is able to pick off Quakewa, that's going to be huge for them. And that'll allow them to go for a game-ending push. Roshan is going to be up in about 30 seconds as the timer just popped up for us. And that's going to be the next battle zone. I think DK is going to try to focus Quakewa on this next fight, just because he doesn't have buyback available now, and they know that.
Yeah, MKB now ready up on Black as
Yeah,
well.
he sold his Midas. He still has his ultimate orb that he hasn't done anything with.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
His...
He decided against it. He knew that he needed to get the MKB because of the double butterfly coming out on the side of DK. For buybacks available for this fight, there is one available on MMY. He doesn't want to have to use that though. He obviously wants to get that AC up for more minus armor for his team. RTK has one up. He's closing in on a BKB for himself. And Burning has one up. He's got 6,000 gold and one item slot left in his inventory, so he is rich.
Yep. And Mouseport's gonna try to take this Roshan, but at DK, they know this is happening. They're already coming in. In comes the Swarm, in comes Burning. Centaur is already there. Soul Assumption just burning the
Arrows
Lincolns.
flying.
Arrow hits on super very low range. Are they gonna try to go in on that? I don't think so though. I mean, it's everybody protecting Super. BKB's turned on for everybody. Down with the Ice Bath. Nicely done. Nicely Macropyre as well. But the BKB is still going. It is MMY that's just running around now in the Fiend's Grip. Goes down. It's already 1-for-1. Quakefa picked up as well. Super hexing up Fada. Fada, Ice Bath. Fada dies. Super dies as well. Only Black left alive on the side of Mousesports. DK alive with 3 of their heroes. What an awkward fight. But everything was just thrown up at once, and everybody was in their BKB, so it didn't even hit that many people. I'm talking about Ice Bath Macropyres.
Yep.
The positioning was perfect. It was just...
That fight started out great for Mouz with a Super being an arrow magnet. That helps. ROTK got hexed up before he could vacuum a wall, which is also very, very nice for... wow, this courier. Jesus, look at that. 2 gems and a cheese. Cheese is gonna go to Super. Anyway, they got the arrow on Super. He wasn't in the fight. ROTK was hexed up, but Mouz didn't have the damage or the focus fire to kill up ROTK or Super at the beginning of that fight. That's what really hurt them.
And on top of that, Mousesports has got this brilliant one-target shutdown. And they are now forced to use it on a support. On the Alchemist. In the last 2 fights, that Fiend's Grip has been up on MMY.
That's the only person that Synderen is able to position himself to go for. Because if Synderen overextends even a little bit, Burning is right on his ass and getting that damage in.
Yeah, with that fight, with that Aegis, DK is gonna take that mid lane. Mousesport's not out of it just yet though. Goldcraft does go take a dive. We have 4k gold in favor of DK. Experience Craft down to the 0 line was in favor of Mousesports before this one, but Still, this game is anyone's game, but Mouse Sports now forced to go back to their base and cannot leave their base for a very long period of time before they are forced back because the lane is pushing in.
The Aegis is up on RTK. That's not too scary. The fact that there's another cheese going the way of DK is more important. There's also the buyback cooldown from Koikwa, so he wants to be careful right now and not get picked off. He's got 1 minute less than that still.
And if you like, most of Mouse Sports heroes are now like almost maxed out. And they were not able to get that fight. What can Mouse Sports do different next game? Next fight, to be able to still get ahead. I mean, they had a good fight because of that. I mean, Super was just completely shut down for the first couple of seconds of that fight. So one of the more ideal situations was that. For
by
Mouse.
the time Mouz decided to initiate, he was only arrowed for like another 2 seconds or so. So it wasn't as big as we made it out to be. As bottom tower denied and AC is being picked up right now by MMY. That's another thing going in favor of DK right there. And burning sells off his treads.
But what does Mouse need to do different in the next fight to come?
They need better focus fire. Like whoever gets hexed, they need to shut that hero down and kill it right away. They do have buybacks available for all 3 of their carries. And Black actually sold the ultimate orb and instead bought a Chrysalis. He still does have buyback though. They just need better focus fire. They just didn't focus any hero until the Fiend Script was up. Then they focused MMY. They heal off the THD early, sure that's great, but they're not able to focus down Burning. They're not able to focus down Super at the start of the fight. It's just they need better focus fire, and that'll help them out a lot.
Let's see if they can get that. DK is probably looking to force out a fight since they still have that Aegis up, and of course want to put the cheese to use. In comes an arrow. I heard an arrow. No, it was no arrow.
That was a Starstorm.
Okay. Well, DK, they're on the Radiant jungle. Just farming away. Mouse Sports farming away on the other side of the map. But it's DK with the more aggressive position here. They might be able to find someone of Mouse Sports. Quake farm, black farming ancients.
I'm surprised that Koik was taking that gold over Black. Because Black can still upgrade his Chrysalis, upgrade his Diffusal, or sell the Diffusal and go for something else.
Black just sold something.
He just sold his Midas.
Radiant's bottom tower
DK, bottom lane, let's see how far they can get with an Aghanims up on Super. That's gonna be bursted down.
That wasn't his Midas, it was his ultimate orb, sorry.
Okay, that's a tier 3 tower already dead. Melee Rex already dead. DK, they don't even need to force out a fight for this. Hex up on Koifa, they're going in right now. BKB stirred on Koifa, already dead. Looking for the next target. Will be Cinder and Astral Imprisonment. Keeps him safe for a little while longer. Fada getting forced back to base. Cinder will still get picked up. DK does drop fairly low, but is not dying just yet. They got their lane of Rax. They could be backing out. They get Koifa still on the back end. And that is DK rolling through the base of Mouse Sports. They're even going to continue going with this. They could try to start top. I mean, they've got 16 seconds for the next Storm. Nice arrow up on Burning. Is there enough damage? In comes a Blink. RTK. Astral Imprisonment up on him. Black. Static linked. That's a cheese use. Super. Back to full HP. Burning. Will not go down. Time-lapse himself. Fada is the one to die here first. And that is going to be Mouse Sports back to base. Black goes down before he can reach the base. And I think this is going to spell the GG. DK. Looking solid. Looking dominant.
That fight, Mouse committed so much to try to kill off RTK. They used Fiend Script and one of their 2 hexes to go onto him, and he's got the Aegis. They didn't even kill him anyway. Just very, very weird. And RTK just goes into suicide the Aegis.
Fada turns on his BKB, tries to go for man fight. But this is like the last dying breath for Mouse Sports. Fada already dead. In comes the Vacuum Bane. I mean, that was burnt down very fast. GG, well played goes out. So DK get a 2-0 over Mouse Sports here. And that is a well-deserved win. I have to say though, Mouse looking a lot stronger than we have seen them yesterday. And the previous game as well.
This is true. It was a good game coming out from Mouse, but DK proving that they're the superior team.
Yep. For a reason.
Just in those late game team fights, the execution was just there for DK, and it was missing from Mouse. There were just too many mistakes that they made in the fights. Poor focus fire, poor decision making on who to hex. There wasn't strong initiation on Mouz. Meanwhile, DK did have the option of going in with a blink hex on Darkseer, which they didn't even really use in the last fight, at least. Overall, well played, DK and Mouz. I hope you guys can get stronger for the main event, because they are going to start in the loser bracket.
Yeah, well, we know that they perform well under pressure. Let's see if they can do it, come through the loser bracket in the international as well as in the qualifiers for the international, of course.
Yeah. And DK confirms they've got a good shot at getting top 2 in their group.
It all depends on
how the other games win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to find that out, and we're also going to be seeing Alliance versus Orange, because that will be our next matchup. By the way, for everybody wondering why their stream is lagging, it's not me, it's Twitch. Happy to say that. If it was the other way around, I would definitely own up to that one as well, but it is Twitch's fault, so you can just send your report, click the wrench, and it will help. If enough people do that, sending a report to Twitch, it will help getting it fixed. So do that, and don't slack on that. We'll be right back with Alliance vs Orange. Stick around.